Yes, sir. Like, subscribe, hit notifications bell so you'll be notified every time I upload. It is what it is. Hopefully you guys had a nice weekend. I had an okay weekend. But without further ado, man, let's get into it, man. I think I forgot how many games we got, but let's just go through them. I'll give you guys my thoughts, officials, and leans. Okay. So first game on the docket we have Colorado Rockies at Cleveland Guardians here. We got an over under 8 in this spot. Just a spot where I don't want to back Gomber at. Hardly want to back Quantrill here. I lean towards Cleveland. Not an official play though. One of my favorite bets here would probably be Cron. It's Cron, CJ Cron, not Quan, but even though Quan is in a good spot as well. But that's somebody who I probably lean towards in this game. CJ Cron, at least for a hit all the way up to a home run. Make sure you guys got a lineup page. It should be like 44 degrees. I don't know. Yeah, so that's something that you can look at there as far as weather. It's not my favorite game though. To tell you the truth. And then Gomber, like I said, he's been giving it up. So it is what it is. Like I said, I'm leaning towards Cleveland in this one, but I haven't put anything on it. I'm still contemplating right now. Boston Red Sox at Baltimore Orioles in this spot here, over under 7.5 in this spot, and we got Sale on the mound, we got Kramer on the mound. Boston said, Chris Sale is sporting a pitching prop of 6.5. He can get there with the best of them. This is I ain't gonna say it. Well, he's seen this team already. This team has gotten to him. First game of the season, he pitched 3 innings versus this team, and they gave him 7 earned runs. He did have 6 strikeouts. Okay. Sale is let's see, Sale is 1 for 2 to this number, or maybe 2 or 4 to this number. Let's see. And then this this Baltimore team, they do hit lefties really well. Like I said, they've gotten to him. But at the end of the day, Sale is, he's getting a little bit better. Like I said, he's 2 for 4 to this number, and I couldn't talk off his strikeouts if he wanted to get there. Baltimore versus left-hand pitching, they right outside the top 10 at 13. At 13, striking out at 31, 23%. Towards lefties. Uh, I wouldn't look to him for outs. His outs are sitting at 16.5. But if you think he's getting better, couldn't talk off of that. The walks have been there for him. It's sitting at 1.5, and he's hit this in all 4 of his games that he played. So his line's sitting at 1.5 here at a minus 155. If you want to get there, be my guest. This Baltimore team, they rank number 2, and uh, uh, on walking versus left-hand pitching. So I couldn't talk you off of that. That looks like a pretty decent look there. All right. And he's hit his earned run, 1.5 earned runs, and two. I mean, in all games except for one. So that's Chris Sale in a nutshell for you guys. And then on the other side, Krimmer, he hasn't been good. I mean, he's given up 4 earned runs or more in 3 of his last 4 games. The hits allowed, sitting at, what is it sitting at, 5.5. He's hit that number once, but I still can't get to him. All right. Two or four to his walks, and 2 or 4 to his outs and strikeouts. It's not an ideal spot that I would want to go towards. He only had 3 strikeouts versus this very team. What was that? The first game that he pitched, and as you can see that this Boston team, they're not striking out that much. Okay, Devers, I think Devers went yard on him the first time. I think I couldn't talk you off of that. I did have some bats written down here. Top 2 bats for me is probably going to be Verdugo and Devers, and then like I said, Baltimore they hit lefties well anyway, so it's sort of like a pick your poison thing right there. But I'm undecided on the bats because I'm thinking about sprinkling on Chris Sale's K's, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just fall back. Don't have a side in this one here. Like I said, I really like Devers in this spot. So he'll probably be somebody that I'll be taking for a hit all the way up to a home run. Houston Astros at Tampa Bay Rays here. We got an over under 8.5 in this spot. We got Euclid on the mound. Then we got Bradley on the mound, man. I smile when I say Bradley because um, I took him up to 8 Ks last time he played. I should have took him up to more. took them up more. Um, so we know that this Houston team will strike out versus righties, and they have they've actually looked better as of late. But the strikeout prop that we have for Bradley, and Bradley has been, he's been wonderful in the strikeout department so far. So if I'm looking at props.cash, going over here to Houston and Tampa Bay, now don't Houston has been, Tampa Bay has been a freight train here. Don't get it twisted. So 8 strikeouts, 9 strikeouts. How can I not even take a stab at this 4.5? Houston, they rank 16 at they striking out at 23 and at 23.6%. They, like I said, they're getting better. Not an official play, but I'm going to sprinkle something on it. Or maybe take it up to 5.5, and just it's not an official play though. I got Bradley money in my pocket. I roll with him. You know what I'm saying? I got Bradley money in my pocket. Okay. If you're leaning towards Tampa Bay Rays, I did mess around with it. I did mess around with the money line and 4Ks for Bradley here. Um, but anything can happen, man. I looked at a few things. I looked at 4Ks. What did I look at? 4Ks and the win brought me minus 113. It was just minus 109. Now I sprinkled on this already. If I don't get there, it doesn't get there. But this Tampa Bay Rays team, they've been playing good. Now, I didn't mix any bats with that, but I have some bats on the side that I do like. Probably my top bats that I like from this game is probably going to be Tucker, Bregman, and then Diaz and the Rosarina. Um, Tampa Bay has been, smashing lately. So this season. So, they're near the top OPS versus lefties and righties, So they've been playing some really, really good ball, okay? So I couldn't talk you off any way you want to lean in this. With me, I'm gonna lean towards Tampa Bay. It don't feel good for some reason. I'm not backing Euclid in this one here. But in the over 4.5 Ks for Bradley is in play. It went up to 5.5 on DraftKings. I mean on FanDuel. If you want to get there, be my guest. Be my guest if you want to get there. I couldn't talk you off of it. I did want to take a look at the walks for Euclid real fast while I got you guys on the hook here. So let's see. Let me go back to props real fast. Start cash. Props.cast, they do sponsor my channel, so that's something that you guys can look at there. You want know anything about this promo code, then just let me know. But let's see. I want to look at the walks here for Euclid. Um, let's see. 1.5. It's 2 to 4 to this number. I couldn't talk you off of it. I couldn't talk you off of it with this, going up against this Tampa Bay team. So minus 146, probably a parlay piece for some, but it is what it is. All right. At the end of the day, a small lean towards Tampa Bay. I've already sprinkled on them. Not an official play, but I did sprinkle on them though. Now, Texas Rangers at Cincinnati Reds. We got over under 8 in this spot. We got Evaldi on the mound and we got Lodolo on the mound. Okay. Um, Lodolo, man, my guy. All right, but he just he's got to get those issues, man. He got to get those issues down, man. He hasn't looked too bad. I mean, his last outing versus Tampa Bay, of course, he gave up 8 runs. Other than that, he gave up 2 runs in 2 different outings, and then one versus Philly, he didn't give up no runs right there. All right, so this Texas team, this see the thing about this is this ballpark. You know what I'm saying? What was that Great American Ballpark? I do not like this ballpark. Runs get produced, put up in this ballpark, man. But I don't know. I don't know. But what's the K prop for Lodolo here? A few things stand out, and I'll tell you guys right here. When we're looking at Evaldi real fast, this Cincinnati, they're the number 2 team striking out versus right hand batting, and his K prop, Evaldi's K prop is sitting at 6.5 right there. He's 1-3 to this number. He hit that number versus Kansas City. If you want to get there, be my guest. You can get there if you want. I probably won't get there. I'm really really skeptical in this one here. I'm really really skeptical here in this ballpark. All right. On the flip side, Nadolo, Texas, they rank 17 strikeout percentage versus lefties sitting at 21.9%. Uh, he he's got that stuff. All right, his strikeout prop sitting at 7.5. He's does got that stuff. All right, so as you can see, he's 2-4 for this number here. Um, and then some of these bats, I normally would go to some of these Texas bats here, but I don't like how I don't like how they stack up against left-hand pitching. So I probably it's probably gonna be a stay out for me. I did look at the player performance doubles for Cincinnati here, um, for Lodolo here, and I just don't know. I don't know if I want to attack this game that way because I'm skeptical if they can put up runs here. That's my thing about this park. You can get 5Ks in a win for Evalde at plus 115, and you can get what does it start at? It's for Lodolo starts off at 7Ks in a win for a plus 150. I just get skeptical when I see this ballpark here, and then you couple that with the fact that we have an over under of 8 in this spot. I don't know, man. Lodolo's got this that got the good K stuff, and then Ivaldi, he the Cincinnati Reds. I mean, Ivaldi has K stuff, and then Cincinnati Reds they strike out the 8 most versus what's that, righties I want to say, and I don't know how I want to attack this one, man. I'll say this: the over 8 could the eight that 8 could be in jeopardy. It could be in jeopardy. Some of these I didn't pick a bat because some of these bats don't grade out well for me. A lot of Cincinnati bats grade out better for me than some of these Rangers bats. So, that's one thing you could look at there. All right, we can get good number on either one of these teams that you decide to back. I'm very, very undecided in this one. So it is what it is. Chicago White Sox at Toronto Blue Jays. We got an over under 8 in this spot here, and I'm looking at the Toronto Blue Jays at home, man. It is what it is. Did I write anything? I didn't even write anything down for this one here. I just wrote down strong lean towards Toronto. I'm gonna take Toronto here. All right. Um, I'm probably gonna try to find a way to at least knock some of that juice down off that money line because I'm gonna take them off the money line. I don't want to take the run line. I was looking at Toronto Blue Jays money line. Um, I was looking at Toronto Blue Jays money line and on FanDuel under 1.5 runs for the first inning. Okay, that give you a plus 107 right there. That's what I was looking at to get some of that juice down. Under 1.5 runs to the first inning here. There are some few bats though that I couldn't talk you off of on either side, but I'm gonna try to skate with this Toronto Blue Jays money line. All right, with that under 1.5 runs, a small two leg parlay. See if I can get by with that. Next game on the docket is going to be the Miami Marlins at Atlanta Braves. Here we got an over under 7.5 in this spot. Don't really want to make too. I mean, I don't know. I was gonna say I didn't want to make too much out that total, but I had to reiterate that Cabrera on the mound, Strider on the mound. Two teams that will strike out. I mean, we got Strider on the mound. He's got that shit. Okay, he's hit his K prop in 4 straight games. So that's one thing that you can look at there. Let's see. Not Houston, Tampa Bay. I am looking at Miami versus Atlanta here. So Miami, they striking out 12%. I mean, they 12 right outside the top 10, striking out at 24% to righties. Then you couple that with the fact that Spencer Strider's strikeout prop is sitting at 8.5. He's hit this number in every single game this year. I probably won't go there, but the proof is in the pudding. The boy got that shit. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So this is a pick your poison type of thing there. He's hit this K prop in every game. Outs for him. He hasn't hit this outs prop yet. Couldn't talk you off of it. walks. He's hit his walk line in every single game this year. I still don't want to go to his walks, even though it's definitely in play. Like I say, he's 100% to this number, so I couldn't talk you off of it. 2 or 4 to this 3.5 earned runs line here. I mean hits allowed, and then the earned runs he's 2 or 4 as well. His earned runs sitting at 1.5 there. Okay. So then Edward Cabrera, right now, this Atlanta team will strike out. So don't get it twisted. They're striking out the third most versus right hand pitching. Edward Cabrera does have K stuff. So if you want to get to him, be my guest. Like I said, this Atlanta team showed the ability to strike out, but I'm scared to go there because they got some bats that will, pop off versus righties. Okay. So that's my thing with that. The walks here, couldn't talk you off the walks, but I don't go up to 2.5. If it was 1.5, I probably would say, hey, lock me in, even if it was a parlay piece. So there you have that. My favorite bats for this one here, it's gonna be money line parlays, run line straights for me. Giving them Atlanta Braves, all right. My bats in order is going to be Acuna. And then you could take him for a stolen base. He's batting over 1,000 OPS versus righties. Olson's over 1,000 OPS versus righties. That's his best versus righties. Riley, he'll smash. He'll smash. He's got a home run versus him. Even Murphy. Murphy's on that list as well. And Cabrera, he pitches his worst versus righties. Okay, New York Yankees at Minnesota Twins over under 7.5 in this spot here. And like I said, we got Brito on the mound. We got Gray on the mound. Gray has been pitching very, very well. I don't think he's given up more than one earned run on the season. Brito has faced his team already, and he gave up 7 runs. Minnesota Twins at home. I'm gonna back the Minnesota Twins in this one here. They got Jorge Polanco back. He's got a hit in every game, in all 3 of his games. That's another bat that they can add to their repertoire. I think Minnesota should be okay to pull this one out. But they got some bats though. Let me see. Um, this New York Yankees team will strike out. Okay, so man, Sonny Gray strikeout probably sitting at 6.5. If you're feeling froggy, I mean, just go ahead and go with it. But I don't know, man. I don't know. If they swinging and missing, though, they're gonna be swinging and missing. It just is what it is. Sonny Gray will go out there and fan him. All right, his strikeout probably sitting at 5.5. In certain books, it'll be at 6.5 in a minute. He's hit this number 2 out of his last 3 games. I mean, 2 or 4 to this number, 50%. 7 strikeouts versus Boston, which was a pretty tough team there. Houston, 13 strikeouts. This New York team, they striking out. They sixth in the league in striking out right hand versus right hand pitching, and at a 25.4% there. So, be my guest. All right, like I say, he's 50% to this number on the season. Couldn't talk you off of that. Even if you're looking at a player performance double and you want to chump it down a little bit, that's probably be one of the a safe route to take, where you can get you can take a look at the player performance doubles if you like Minnesota here. You get 5 strikeouts in the win for Gray at -110. Couldn't talk you off of that. So that's something that you can look at there. And like I said, Brito, not somebody who I really want to back. Even though Minnesota can go out there and strike out, he does have some eye. I mean, he got a little K stuff on him. Minnesota is 8 striking out versus right hand pitcher. Okay, so that's one thing. But you got Buxton. Buxton is probably my favorite. Is my favorite bat from this one here. I ain't gonna lie. And some of those other bats on the Yankees are self-explanatory. Looking at Rizzo. Like I got some love for Rizzo in this spot. Detroit Tigers at Milwaukee Brewers. We got an over/under 8.5 in this spot. Not a lot that I really liked in this one here. Milwaukee Brewers, they are in the they're not very good versus lefties. All right. Anything can happen, but you got Matthew Boyd on the mound, and then like I said, Milwaukee they the number 1 team striking out versus lefties. Okay, so It is what it is when it comes to that prop there. His line sitting at 4.5. He hasn't hit it all season. Everything's a go when it comes to Milwaukee, as far as from the pitching standpoint. But do you think that Boyd has what it takes to give them those Ks? And that's why I side with. I don't have a side in this one here. Tell you the truth. I don't know. And then Detroit on the other side, versus right hand pitching, they strike out too, man. So I don't know what to make of this game. That's just a little information for you guys, and take it. Do what you will with it. Oakland Athletics at Los Angeles Angels here, Waldichuk, Suarez on the mound. Both of these pitchers, neither one of these pitchers or these bullpens, especially, I just can't trust them. We got over under 10 in this spot. We got these Los Angeles Angels. We got some Angels we got some bats that, on the Angel side that really, really crush lefties. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at back Angels any way I can in this spot. Okay, Ken Waldichuk, he's already seen this team. He's already seen this team. He gave up 6 earned runs in this spot. His earned runs, his prop is sitting at 2.5. Uh, Strikeout prop sitting at 4.5. He only hit 4 strikeouts versus the Angels. So I don't know. I don't think I'll be able to even. No, I know I won't be able to back him in this one here. Favorite bats, top bats for this one, and this one's for me. That's what I'm most mainly going to be looking at. So I'll probably be looking at the bats here. And top bats, I got some written down here. Suarez too. Suarez gives it up. Gives it up too. All right. Both of these pitchers give it up to righties. Now, Otani, he hits righties well. He's over 1,000 OPS versus righties. Um, but when you look at let's see, I'll show you my top bats right now. It's going to be Trout 1, Renfro 2, Otani 3, or Trout 1, Otani 2, Renfro 3. And it's just gonna be those are the guys I'm gonna be looking at. I ain't even gonna stress it. As you can see, Los Angeles Angels got a 5.8 projected run total. Their team total, I couldn't. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to attack this game. Their team total sitting at 5.5. That might be something. I couldn't talk you off of that either. If you're not familiar with team totals, that just means that you know, the team has to score 6 runs if you take the over. If you take the under, then 5 runs or less, you can cash that. Oakland team total sitting at 4. All right, I don't know if I want to get to the over in this one, but it's money line parlays, run line straights. I'm taking the Angels in this spot. The Angels, man, don't do me dirty, okay? Um, Another game I don't have too much for. We got Kansas City Royals at Arizona Diamondbacks. We got an over under 10.5 in this spot. What's the weather going to be like, or whatever the case may be? Oh, okay, they're going to be in the dome. All right. So Arizona 5.3 projected run total, 4.7 for Brad Keller and the Kansas City there. This Arizona team that just don't strike out much. I was looking at the walks or whatever for Keller. I mean for um, I was looking at the walks for oops, I'm sorry. Let me filter this right. But the prop is not out. It is out for Keller. All right, so what the walks is like here? 2.5. I don't normally go to 2.5, but I can't talk you off of it. And then like I said, this team don't strike out much. Arizona don't strike out much. Strikeout sitting at 3.5 for Keller right now. So it is what it is with that. But I don't have a side in this one here. I don't. Arizona Diamondbacks is running out, bringing out the young boy, the rookie, or whatever the case may be. So I don't know, man. It is what it is. St. Louis Cardinals at San Francisco Giants. We got Montgomery on the mound. We got Cobb on the mound, and I want to take a stab at these at these St. Louis Cardinals, man. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt at this one here. Either that or I'm gonna tell you what. I lean towards St. Louis Cardinals. I give them the bats. I give them lean towards. I get the bats lean towards the Cardinals here, and I'm gonna sprinkle something on the outs here. All right, on the outs for Jordan Montgomery here. So I like the outs prop here for Jordan Montgomery. That's somebody that I look towards for outs. Keep in mind, San Francisco, they're striking out the second most in the league versus left-hand pitching at a 30.9% K rate there. Jordan Montgomery has hit this number once this season. If you want to get there to him, be my guest. We were just talking about that Milwaukee team. He went out there and has 9 strikeouts versus that Milwaukee team. Okay, if you think he can hit his Ks, then I think he can definitely hit his outs. His outs line sitting at 17.5, -131 right now. So it is what it is. All right. With that being said, it is what it is, guys. Peace out. All right.